welcome to the Money Program. This is the interview.
Great to be here. I am Count William Janish, and I'm here from After Forever, Black Sabbath tribute, as well as Ravenstorm and Witchcross, and Nocturnal Doom years ago, and Shadow Lord. And this is my fucking awesome host here, man.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks
Mark,
for having me on the show.
Mark, the host of the show, that plays with different characters and that. And I'm glad Bill's here. We haven't seen each other in a long time, and he's
Wonderful
in
to
a
be.
great
I love
band.
this
He's in a great band. After
production you
Forever.
got here. It's awesome.
Go see their band. Check them out. They're on Facebook and that. They're very good. Very
I'd like
good.
to give a shout out to Kevin Glenn bass, Tom Parks drums, and Terry Care Boyce lead guitar of After Forever.
Yes. I wish the boys could have been here, but hey,
Maybe
soon,
next time.
Maybe soon. Yeah.
I was telling them about my appearance on your show, and they were talking about possibly being here in a further episode in the
That'd
future.
be cool. Yeah. Or we can maybe come to a gig and do something. You know, the
That
Money
would be
Program
great.
likes to go all over. You know.
That would be wonderful. You'd be our guest on the road.
Right. Or left on the road, right? See, the fans are already cheering.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to our shrine of darkness.
Fans are really kind of a little slow out there. A little bit slow.
It's always nice to be on stage with a live studio audience.
And you brought a talented camera woman and prop woman.
That's my
and
wife,
designer
Emily, the
that came here,
Countess.
that really helped with the show. And we're going to have a couple more of these episodes filmed today, and it'll be coming out there on YouTube Studios, BKMP International Productions, the Money Program. And,
It's great to be here.
And I'm glad I'm glad Bob's, Count William.
Also known to a lot
He's
of
got
people.
me nervous. He's
Also, a lot of people in
a
the
priest
local
and
scene.
the devil. You know?
In the local scene of After Forever shows we've been doing, a lot of people are just like, "Hey, what's up? It's Ozzy," you know. But I'm really known to the people who've been following my lifetime musical career as Count William, and that kind of goes back to my old manager Ravenstorm. One day just started calling me the Count because I always came on stage with the Dracula cape, and you know.
I think we got a surprise for you. Hold it.
What?
Hold it. Hey Rick.
You guys, it's great to be on
Surprise
here.
I found.
After Forever is
Oh, yeah.
doing many shows across Chicago, Indiana, and Wisconsin, and other nearby states that we're trying to hit. It's been about 3 years since I've been working with the guys, and we did a studio album of our Sabbath tribute covers, and we've had that produced at a major studio. That you've probably heard that many times on YouTube. That I've shared that link on my wall. Oh wow, he's got the Horrors of the Black Mass.
I had to
album.
buy this thing off of like some CD Universe that it was like the only one in the world. It was like,
That's a classic album I did in 2012 with Ravenstorm.
so I was showing him. So I bought this years ago, and I haven't seen him for years. But I did buy one of his CDs.
Cheers
Yeah.
to all you guys drinking
no,
out
he's
in
good.
studio land. Ravenstorm, going through that history, since you brought that up first, Ravenstorm started around 2002. It was after I was fading out of the first section of Witchcross history and Shadow Lord for a few years. Tony Barr came into the picture, a longtime friend from the east side. We're from the east side of Chicago.
Me too.
And he came into the picture wanting to start a new band with me, and I didn't have any idea of the legacy that it would go into, which is started, in 2001 we started rehearsing. In about 2002 we did
How'd
House
you
of
come
the
up with the name
Damned.
Ravenstorm?
House of the Damned, the first album.
One of the fans said, "How did you come up with the name Ravenstorm?"
This is a very strange story. The guys were trying to think of a name. I wanted to make sure to keep it dark, and they were already cool with the section of music that the guitarist Greg Bertine at the time was coming up with was very dark riff-wise. And everyone agreed because they knew of my, musical style. They kind of wanted to flow with me. Tony Barr on drums and Mario Sanchez on bass and Greg Bertine guitar.
I remember Mario.
And we all agreed that we had two different lists of names. And somebody said maybe we should combine two of the words together. And someone had like Raven's Cry on one that didn't sound right. And the other one had some sort of like a Damien Thorne type of thing. And then somebody was thinking, you know how the Ravens do the work for Damien in Omen 2? The Ravens are always killing people for the devil, and they're the Raven's thorn. Like the thorn, you know, the Ravens are working for Damien Thorne, and it didn't seem, it seemed kind of funny like that, but you put it together.
That's cool, man.
I never really explained that to anyone.
I never knew that's Raven's Thorn. Like, the Omen.
The Ravens of Damien Thorne.
Oh, I never caught into that. I thought you just came up with,
many people didn't know that. I never, I think
cool,
you're one of the first guys that asked me to explain that.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about it. You named your band.
What's your song Buried in the Basement?
I named my band Killer Flower. Why? I don't know, like.
Buried in the Basement?
It did. I never really explained that to anyone.
That's cool. The Omen. I love the Omen.
After Forever, my current band, I'll get back to that. It was the band. I've been in the band for 3 years and After Forever with Kevin Glenn, Tom Parks, and Terry Caraboyas. And what happened was Witch Cross was going. Thank you. Witch Cross was going on for a long time in our second section, which actually preceded the last 2012 Horrors of the Black Mass album you showed with Ravenstorn. After that, Ravenstorn kind of came to a standstill due to some differences of musical style and things. And we had gone to Germany, we had gone to New York, and done a few all over the U.S., you know, doing stuff on our third, by the time we did our third album. And we thought we were about to make it big. But then, you know, Witch Cross guys, which we had kind of stopped working at around, you know, maybe about 2010, they wanted me to get together. They thought, you know, well, we'll rescue you from this parting in your career and bring you back. And I said, well, if you do, I kind of want to have a little more heavier style, slightly similar to Ravensthorn, but still Sabbathy, really Sabbathy. That's one thing that runs through the theme of all my original work, was there was always a very Sabbath influence in there. And so then we came out with Crypt of the Undead, shortly followed, that was in 2014, shortly followed in 2018 by Cauldron and Satan's Shadow. Or that would have been our fourth album by then, which I didn't explain the second album. The first Witch Cross album goes way back to 93, after the short length of career in Nocturnal Doom.
I think you were with Witch Cross when you became friends, or started hanging out. Yeah,
you were coming back to some of the earlier Witch Cross shows.
Yeah. And you used to come to the bar, 'cause you lived in Hammond, right by
Yeah, right at Welcome Inn back in...
Yeah.
Witch Cross.
You gave him a lot of free beer. Don't tell anyone.
And the funny thing was, as being this entertainer of a guy that's hosting a show, when I would come some of those empty nights in the bar, that's a really quiet, you know, street side bar in the middle of nowhere, down the street from my house, and when I would come in there and have him just talking to me, he was always very entertaining, and I thought maybe he could do us. You know, I always told him, you'd be a great host for a talk show. But no, later, in the second generation of the Witch Cross career thing, after we'd done the two albums together, like reuniting, 2018 passed by, we started playing a whole bunch more shows, and we were really starting to take off again the second time. But I think it was too many shows, and people
came up with your lyrics for some of the Witch Cross albums.
I think it was getting too many shows, and the guys were getting a little tired, and then I didn't, you know, we were having a few differences musically, and I was like terrified because I didn't know what step number fucking 10 was gonna be.
Whoa, PG.
All right. Anyways,
I gotta get this in there. I forgot. I keep forgetting things. Australia, thank you. We get more fans in Australia.
Thanks to Australian fans.
Yeah, you guys have really picked up.
He was telling me out there by you.
God bless you.
You know, down under, that you guys are really digging what he's doing, and
yeah, thank you. And I hope you dig what he's doing too. You can see him on YouTube. You can see him on Facebook.
And Mark Poblonsky here, also known as Father Jim, in the dark realm of horror film scenography that he works with. He's a great character. That's why I said, you know, being on a talk show like this with a guy who's in a costume just like I always do would be fantastic. Anyways.
This is actually a second job.
I love it. Anyways.
What were they saying? Cut it? They're saying cut it.
She's saying lower the glass.
No,
which is something that a lot of people tell me in my life. But no.
I
anyways,
look around for mine.
So I get to that point where Witch Cross had decided.
Yeah.
It was like about the time of the pandemic. Witch Cross decided, you know, they kind of wanted to stop working with me.
Of course.
And I was a little a little upset, but I love the guys, Derek Anderson, Gary Pedersoli, and Roger Massey. We had a long legacy. The 93 album, Witch Cross, that's famous in Sweden, Germany, and around the world. And then we had Crypt of the Undead, 2014, around the world. And then we had Cauldron and Satan's Shadow. Not many people had the second album, Innocence and Evil, which was put more on an underground label. And there's parts of that album I just didn't want anyone to know. It was decent, but we cut part of it and released it as bonus tracks for a remix of the first 93 album. Anyway, so all the Witch Cross third, sectional of my career kind of dissipated. At that point, I didn't know what was my next step. And I had been shortly to an After Forever, it was like an audition to see, if I would be a good Ozzy for their band. And they knew about my past, and they really wanted it. So we did it. And then we did this audition, but they told me later that they didn't think it was going to work out because they were very good friends with their ex-singer. And I understood. But then, so I took a short sabbatical, no pun intended. Anyway, and I did a short Ozzy tribute band with Travis Ritter, Babe Cummins, and a few other drummers that worked synonymously ones after another. And we did about a year of rehearsals of doing the Ozzy solo tribute, where I was going to do some Sabbath too. And we did one gig on a Sunday at a club, and it just somehow fizzled out. And then I was really freaking out then. I didn't know what was next. And then the phone rang again, and After Forever was back on the line. About 3 years ago, they asked me to join. And then they said, if you join, are you ready to just start doing like an endless amount of shows? And I said, yeah. And then the endless amount of shows began, and I've been loving it ever since. And that's where we've gone in every section of Chicago, and we've done Wisconsin and a few places in Indiana, and we're planning on doing many other states. And then we also went in about 2 years ago
They play a lot.
to a studio and
No
recorded an album of Sabbath tracks, which I have to say came out fantastic, and a lot of people on my site have probably heard it, and I'm sure everyone. I mean, if you're watching my site and you're watching the show, you probably heard that thing to death already, our Sabbath tribute album.
You have the true history of the Count. Now, he's good. He's a good guy. I still
I'm very glad to be here and tell my story. And a lot of people have been asking, hey, Count William.
I've been like him, struggling guy, but music or stuff like that. But they're doing good.
And they're always asking me,
a lot better than probably a lot of the bands I was in,
And they're always asking me. I've done a lot of, audio, radio, underground interviews, but they're always asking me, how come you won't do a video interview? But I hadn't had the right guy doing it, and this guy, he's got the equipment. And
I'm the right guy.
I finally said it's time, man.
But the best, my boss Brad buys. Sorry, Brad.
It's time, and he's got the right setup, and this is like my first type of show. It's underground, of course, but it's like one of the first shows that seemed to fit my theme of evil,
I gotta get like a
because I like how he does character.
Photo of him, like he gets signed from my boss, from the counter.
Thanks, man.
Like that. That'd be cool or something. Or even like send me a photo and says the Count or something. Or we put the Count on there, yeah.
No, I mean, I've always wanted to be on a show that could convey like the theater rock, heavy metal kind of inspiration that I try to convey at our shows, but also in a talk show, type of situation without, going on a show that's too straight, where I just don't fit in.
And as soon as we find that talk show, we're gonna make sure.
Who was there?
I don't know.
I just seen someone rip a baby's head off out there. Now they're all laughing. I didn't think that was funny, but hey.
And when we finally find that talk show, we'll get on it. There you go. When we finally find that talk show, we'll get on
man, this is awesome, you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
But no, After Forever right now.
We're cutting us off now.
7, 6,
Great, it's cutting us off.
5, 4.
Should I keep going or?
No, we'll get back to you. We're gonna film more.
Cheers.